guys, welcome back to Hope to Change. To all you guys who are not new here, if you are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Chatara, or you can call me Kay. I just want to get straight into it. I don't want to be all day. I know it's been a thing that we've been talking about, I think, like over the years now, over the past few months now. A lot of talk about the narcissist. And you know, enough talk about your narcissist, my narcissist, them narcissists, enough talk about it, okay? Enough is enough, okay? We have bigger things that need to be spoke about, okay, at this time. 2 days ago now, I was praying, and I was praying for enemies, and I was praying for everybody who don't like Jesus, anybody, any belief systems that don't care for God. I was praying for these people, that God have mercy on them, that God do this and that for them, right? I was praying for my enemies. God have mercy on them, right? And then it happened that I ended up speaking in tongues. When I'm speaking in tongues, the tongues were taken over, kind of like a new tongue in a way, right? Now, this is the third time this ever happened to me. But then it happens where you can't break out. Like, it's almost like those tongues aren't yours. God has something to say. I don't have control over it, right? So after that, God begins to speak. And he also has me open up the scripture. And the scriptures were open to Jeremiah chapter 14. Okay, that whole chapter. And God was letting me understand and letting me know that there's not going to be any more food, because there's not going to be any more water. And your enemies that you have, God is saying there is no more time. He said, you pray for these people. You could pray that the punishment be lifted. You could pray that people have a change of heart, and you could pray all you want. But God said at this point in time, those prayers don't matter. What's coming to the earth, what's coming to those people is set. It's set and it's in stone. And there's nothing that anybody can do to reverse what's about to come. It's coming regardless. And what God began to remind me of was 12 years ago. Oh my God, it's just like giving me chills. 12 years ago is when I had my wake-up call from the Lord. I thank God I had 12 years to get it right. I thank God I had 12 years to get it right. I really do. But he let me know, led me to, I don't know, he reminded me it was 12 years ago when I first gave you an encounter and let you see these things that are coming. And then, so 12 years ago, let's break it down. 12 years ago, I was in my, I don't know, I was probably like 19 or so. Yeah. And I was, walking through a place or whatever, my home, my new place that I had gotten. And I heard a voice say to me, the end is near. And I began to ignore the voice because I believed in science. And I fought the voice back with science. Long story short, third time that voice came to me talking about the end was near, showed me the end. And I was able to see school buildings, things that look like schools, turned around, big schools, high schools, were turned into something else. A place where people were being held captive. They were being held against their will. And there was a man who arose on the scene who was teaching everybody a new way, a new life, a new world, okay? He wanted them to, and he looked like, he looked like an Arab. He looked like, in appearance, that's what he looked like, okay? And he had all these people captive, but they were teaching everybody else something else, okay? And it was like, even to get to his school or his teaching, you had to go through a dark pit, like a dark tunnel. Like you had to go through something dark to even get to him, but you had to go there, okay? I was able to see the earth being shaken. The earth was not staying still at all. The earth was just moving continuously. Just, I don't know. I don't want to even call that an earthquake, but I guess it was, right? People running in panic. I remember people being like, I don't know what it is with hospitals, but I remember that was like the first place that I woke up from in the dream. I began to, like, I'm kind of like all over the place with the dream, but these are just things I saw. And when I came out of the hospital bed, I was like ripping the cords from my body, and I could barely walk at first, but and I don't know if that was a sign of just me breaking out of the matrix, or there's really going to be something going on with the hospitals. But these are just some of the things I saw 12 years ago, right? And then God reminded me that it was 12 years ago, Chatara, when I first told you this. And then it was 12 years later that he gave me another dream. And in the dream that I just recently told you guys about, in that dream, the earth was quaking, which I thought it was an earthquake. Go outside to go look and see what it was, and it seemed to be this huge boat. Now, this huge boat kind of bumped my house a little bit, but I wanted to go shopping. I looked out and seen that it was a boat, but I really didn't care in the dream, right? And in the dream, I, want to go shopping so bad. Finally, I get to the point where I'm about to go out the door, and I'm stopped in my tracks because the boat hits my house. I thought that I was unalived at that point because I only seen black, but everybody was fine. My children, everything like that, we were good. Go to the middle of the house. The roof of the house is open, and I see an eye in the clouds. And then the eye switches from being in the clouds to the Statue of Liberty in the clouds. And then it switches from being the Statue of Liberty to the American flag is in the clouds. And I hear a voice saying, judgment is coming. And it's coming on Las Vegas. It's coming to America, right? And I hear the voice say, I've given many chances. Many chances. And then I panic because I'm like, oh no. Why didn't you warn me, Lord? Like, I literally was supposed to be getting ready. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I got to get out of here. I thought I had more time. And as I'm about to run out of the house, I end up getting taken up instead of being able to run out of the house. Okay? So that was 12 years later that God gave me that dream this year. And I went back and looked at the day that he gave me that dream. And it was May 12th. Yesterday, God was putting the completion to me, like understanding that 12, 12, 12, 3 times, oh my God, is not a small thing. That is the number of completion. It's 12 months in a year. It was 12 disciples. 12 is complete. It is finished. You've had more than enough time to get your house in order. You've had more than enough time to get it right. Enough about your love life. Enough about relationships. Enough about narcissists. Enough about those who hurt you. Now, I've been telling people about the things that the Lord has been showing me, about the things that the Lord told me. And there's people telling me to my face, oh, well, I can't forgive. I can't forgive that person. They shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done that. It is not the time. If you really care about your life and being left behind, because I'm not even a rapture type of person. I'm not a rapture. I don't know. I've never been like that. I've seen it. And it's not the first time God showed me that. But I just never really been so into it. I'm just like a person that's just like, you better live right now. Just live right now. Okay? Regardless of you getting taken up out of here, Jesus died for you. Be ready to die for him if you have to. Like, that's how I think about it, right? So, long story short, people are holding on to the wrong thing. The thing about it is we got to let go. I mean, even to just backtrack a little bit, going back into that dream, the huge boat that I saw, it was humongous, huge, 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 was clear as day a representation of Noah's Ark. The days of Noah is here, okay? Except there was no water in sight, because there will not be water. God's not causing a flood anymore. Things are getting dry. Things are dying out. There's going to be fires. You know, but what the Lord is, also letting me understand is that there really is a rapture. That's one. And those ones who have been living their life for the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Stay living your life for the Lord. Just stay ready, okay? Because at a time where we all least expect it, something's going to happen, right? I had got another dream. And, in these dreams I'm seeing, and it's multiple, and I might just start talking about my dreams lately. I don't know. I don't like moving forward. God has shown me, these militaries coming into people's homes. These militaries knocking on doors. These militaries turning buildings that were once schools, Walmarts, not even just Walmarts, I'm going to say grocery stores. Major one that God showed me that I don't hear most people talking about is the casinos, the hotels. These large hotels that we have here in Vegas and all that turned into shelters. And when they're all in there, when everybody's all packed in, who's going to be coming and running right through those doors? Military. Armies. God has let me already see that it's already been infiltrated. It's no longer, you're looking at these people and they look human, and you might think that they're, that they're normal. But these people are not. Not only are they already enemies because their heart's been hardened, but there's some that's not even human, literally, legit, that's about to come up against you while you're running to them for shelter and safety. There's going to be so much going on the earth. I will go into more detail about that, later on. But I just want to get it out that literally we have reached it. We have reached the time. We have reached the days of Noah. We have reached the days that have been talked about. We have reached the time that's been talked about. And it's kind of, in a way unbelievable that we live in that time, that I was born in a time as this. But I will tell you right now, God is saying that many are going to be unalive. Many are not going to, be among us anymore because of sicknesses as well. Even if it's not hunger and thirst that'll get them, because what God showed me is there's not going to be any more food because there's no water, and there's not going to be any more meat to eat for you meat eaters. I'm not a meat eater, because there's nothing to feed those animals. Okay? Things are changed. Is what the Lord is helping me understand. Things are changing. Things have already changed. Things are in the making. We're moving fast towards the end. So whatever it is that you think is important, kill it, dead it. It's not important. It's not important. God is now ramping it up with the dreams and the visions and the understanding of what season that we're in, okay? There's too many people still having fun. There's too many people still partying. But think about it. This is exactly how the Lord said it would be. They're still going to be eating and drinking and giving in marriage and marrying and having fun. I saw in another dream, the sky was darkened. The sky was darkened and nobody saw. It was as if nobody cared. Everybody was out playing not video games, like games on the, dominoes, card games, dice, whatever. They was out there playing their games, and the sky was darkened, and it was 2 p.m. 2 p.m. and it was absolutely dark outside. People out twerking, partying, drinking, smoking, having a good time at 2 p.m. and the sky is dark. And I'm sitting there like, hey, yo, like, what are y'all doing? Like, look, telling family members, telling people that I love what time it is. And nobody cared. Nobody cared. they got right back to what they're doing. They look at you like, what are you talking about? And they get right back to it. We are already, that is to say that the signs have already been before us. Everything is before us. You know, I'm not a TV person. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I'm like in a little box, really seriously. I'm like in my own little world with the Lord. In a way, isolated from what's going on unless the Lord tells me. And so I go and I'll tell people what's going on. And there are so many things I go, well, I saw that in a movie. Or that's going on in the news. I don't know that. You know? And so what's going on is like you tell people what's happening and they've seen it or they can smell it. Well, maybe they can't, but they don't care either. It's not enough to move people. I'm begging you, whoever you are, if you are watching this video, if you're listening to the sound of my voice and your life is not right with the Lord, get your life right with God. No more worrying about anything else but God. Start telling people what's going on. Start telling people, you know, the truth. I don't care who it is. I'm over here pulling coworkers to the side. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care. God said this. It's a famine coming. The end of the world is coming. Like what? Raptures is coming. Are you ready? Did you accept the Lord? Is your Lord and Savior? Why? Why? What's your problem with Jesus? Like, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because you need the Lord. You know? So, in all that, I'm to a point where I realize, forget it. Forget it. Forget being married. Forget worried about marriage. Forget worried about a man. Forget worried about a woman. You know what I'm saying? Forget worrying about having beef with people. Forget it all. It's all irrelevant. Forget it. It's all irrelevant. Okay? So, you know, I'm praying that somebody gets this word and they use this word. The rapture is real, is what the Lord is reiterating to me, helping me to understand. But what's also very real is no food and no water. So you need to be loading up on as much food and as much water as possible. I don't know when it's going to be taken away. But all I know is most of us aren't ready, including me. Including me. Honestly. When it comes to this water game, like, it's out. So whatever you can do, whatever money you can get to get you some water, get you some water. Forget that cute outfit. Forget that party. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Okay? The most important thing is water and food. And making sure your life and your heart is right with the Lord. I don't want to be too long. I want you guys to have a good rest of your night, day, and evening. Have a good one, guys.